Google's got a new mobile operating system and it's called Ice Cream Sandwich. We're going to take a slurp today on Lab Rats. This episode of Lab Rats is brought to you by HostGator. Hello and welcome to another edition of Lab Rats. My name's Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And this is a show where we demystify technology, gadgets, and mobile, and computers, and all kinds of cool stuff.
Computers.
And we've been doing a lot of Apple stuff, a lot of iOS lately. And we touched on Android in a recent episode, the various versions of the operating system.
Yes.
And Ice Cream Sandwich really is now starting to roll out in a big way.
Yeah, that's still debatable how big it is. There's a lot of conflict out there. People are really wanting to get their hands on it, and they're still not able to. But
it's starting to surface.
With the big conference last few weeks, they did start rolling a lot more of them out. So.
Yeah, you're at least hearing a lot more about it, and we've got our hands on it. We've had a chance to play with it a bit more, and today, so we wanted to cover it, show you some of the really cool new features in some depth, because you're going to have it sooner or later. If you're an Android fan, you're going to get it.
Hopefully.
All right.
This episode of Lab Rats is brought to you by HostGator.
Looking for a place to launch your blog or website? Frustrated with customer service at your current hosting provider? Go with HostGator and get up and running in minutes. With plans starting at just $3.96 a month, you get top-rated 24/7 customer support, access to tools including a website builder with over 4,000 templates. HostGator will even migrate your current site for free. Servers are 130% powered by wind energy and it's completely green web hosting. Unlimited disk space, unlimited bandwidth, 45-day money-back guarantee, and $100 of Google AdWords credit to market your website. Right now, for Revision 3 viewers, HostGator is offering 25% off your order or your first month is free. Go to HostGator.com and enter the code LabRatsRev3.
Go to www.hostgator.com and enter code LabRatsRev3 at checkout to get your discount. Get over there. Come on.
I don't know.
Don't you have something to tell me about Android related?
I do. I'm very excited about it. So first of all, Ice Cream Sandwich, what a brilliant way to code name. And I just like the whole food thing, around.
The inventor of the food demo would.
Dude, it's awesome. All right, so we've got our hands on this thing. It is probably the most significant update for Android for the tablet thus far.
Yes.
Right? Would you agree?
I would think so, yeah. So, I mean, it's not available strictly on tablets, obviously.
No, it's available for the phones as well, but I'm just thinking they're really, the tablets is a big phenomenon now, right? Mm-hmm. So the reality is they have to adapt for it, and there's some nice features on here.
Right. Yeah, I was complaining a while back in one of our earlier episodes that I haven't gotten my hands on it. I have now. So this Acer Iconia A200 has that, and you've also gotten your hands on it as well.
Yes, look. Oh,
so my
Sony
Acer
Tablet S. I've actually had this been sitting around in my house for a little while, and then the PR person from Sony said, "Hey, can I have it back?" Oh, and I said, "No, you can't because I haven't sent it yet." So she goes, "Well, there's a new Ice Cream Sandwich version coming. Would you like to update it and hang on to it for a bit?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So. It was a good excuse me to keep it.
Yeah, we've actually got two examples here. So the Acer here, this one actually shipped with Ice Cream Sandwich on board. So a lot of the ones that come with Ice Cream Sandwich come with it right from the start.
Well, I imagine you're super special or something, are you?
No, I just got this recently. Whereas you, since you held on to yours for like 16,000 years, you had to get the update, obviously, because you had older hardware. And that's part of the reason why there's
so I actually had
conflict about it.
Exactly. I actually had to do the download, but it was really easy to install. I was pretty impressed with it.
Yeah.
So there you go. On the Sony Tablet S is what I'm playing with.
Sony Tablet S.
Yes. Okay, good.
So I think the P, if you got the Sony Tablet P, the update for that's either coming or will be by the time you see this. So
yeah, there you go. So new UI, new user interface. That's one of the big key features here. Honestly, I didn't see a whole lot of difference myself, but they claim that it's there.
Yeah, there's
proof with that.
There's some better readability on the tablets, so new fonts, better screen. The unlock screen at the beginning is slightly different.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, to be really fair here, I didn't notice a whole lot of difference at the beginning either. So a lot of it is under the hood, just faster and better.
One of the things that's very noticeable right away is, once upon a time, you grab this guy and you pull it to your, to your unlock situation, right, to get the thing. But actually now, at least on the Sony version, and I see a customized version on that too, you can actually go straight to the camera. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is definitely one of the new features of Ice Cream Sandwich across the board if you have a camera.
Right, exactly. And then there's also a new notification screen too, or there's a little control panel, so if you go in there, whereas you can actually start to do some controls, log in as yourself and that sort of thing. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so that's definitely one of the improvements. And like I said, although not a lot of them are really obvious to people right off the bat, you will start to notice that once you've done that. So
right. Okay, so there's a recent apps button, right?
Yeah, so
show me that one.
So you've got at the bottom in the usual places, you've got like your home button, your back button, and the recent app buttons is right beside that here. And you can see some of the different things that you've worked on over the last little while. So I've got Gmail, I've got the Office suite here in the gallery. So if I click on gallery, it'll take me straight back to that. So some of the photographs that I've taken, some of the things that have pulled in through my Dropbox and my Google Drive. So,
there you go.
But yeah, you click that, and just if you're using a lot of apps regularly and you don't want to have to sort through the main app screen to find them again, you just look for them in here, and you can scroll up and down to get to the different ones that you want.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
Really quick and easy.
Speaking of apps and easy app access, there's a multitasking browser here for mini apps. So if you click on this thing, you actually see the small mini apps that you can have running and actually switch between them. There's like a fast switching kind of a feature there, which is kind of cool. I noticed you didn't have that on that, so it must be a customization specifically, because that's one of the things you'll find is that some manufacturers will choose to opt these things in and some won't because they have control over the interface. And that
yeah, they do a little bit of skinning and a little bit of customization for sure.
Right.
Yeah, but one feature that you should have on all of these is it's something that you'll probably recognize from iOS. So if you actually take one of the things on your home screen and actually drag it over to another one, you can actually create a little folder there. So then when you click on it, again, it'll open up as a little small folder, and you can rename it, and you can drag things in and out of it. And again, so I can take this out and make them individual. So again, very, very similar if you're used to using this on iOS.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. One of the other key features as well is a brand new or an improved keyboard access. So you know, there's more accuracy now on this keyboard. Notice that there's also an icon for voice recognition. Apparently the voice recognition is vastly improved. I haven't had a lot of experience with it. Have you played with it?
Yeah, I've played with that. So let me just fire up Gmail while you show off the keyboard.
Right, so not much to show here other than the fact I just find it's more accurate, easier to use and that sort of thing. I mean, the default keyboard on the Android operators I found a little flaky and that sort of thing. I actually switched over to the Swipe app instead to use it because it drove me crazy. But apparently it's more accurate, and I haven't had a problem with it at all. So.
Yeah, one of the things you'll notice instantly even on the keyboard is when you start typing things and doing that, you'll get a red line underneath it, which you got a red dot before, and when you typed or tapped it, it would show up in the suggestion bar over here. But now you hit it, and it'll have a drop-down menu, so you can select quickly and easy without having to go to another space on your keyboard. So that's one really nice thing. So, yeah, the text input right here on the voice is nice because now it can listen continuously. Beforehand, it used to be very much something that you would do in short little bursts, but now you can actually pause for a thought every so often like that, and it doesn't automatically cancel and stop doing it. Yeah. So
it's a little bit more natural with listening to how we really speak.
Right, and you can see that it's trying to get some of what I'm saying here, but I was a little bit too far away from it to be natural.
Yeah.
But again, you would do the same way you did before. You would end a sentence and then say, period, or question mark. And then it will do all that. So you can keep a continuous stream going here, and so long as you have a connection to the network, then you're good.
Right, because it's using what you say and breaking it down into pieces and then sending off to the network for interpretation. Right. So this voice rec is not actually happening on your device itself, it's actually shipping off to the network.
Right.
Which is important to remember.
Yeah, so
if it's not working for some reason, you're like, how come it's not working? It's because it's not connected to anything.
Yeah, I've had a couple of places where it's actually stopped in the middle of what I was dictating and said, oh, it can't work anymore. But then it reconnected and that kept going.
Right.
So it's as long as you have a steady connection, it's actually pretty nice. And as long as you're actually speaking directly into it, it actually is fairly accurate too.
You know, so one of the nice things in the web browser is actually this new feature where you can switch between mobile and the standard web. So I'm going to go here to tomorrow's gas price today, and we're going to select that. Now this is, you're going to see the mobile version of the site, right? But if you go up here to there's another menu up here. If I click on that, you can actually see when it pulls down, it says you can request desktop site. So this website, tomorrowsgaspricetoday.com, is configured to show you the mobile version if you're on a tablet, either Android or iOS. But it actually has much more features, obviously, on the desktop. And because of in tablet mode, you want to see sometimes those features because you have a bigger screen. It will take you to the desktop version of the site like that.
Yeah, so you don't have to actually look for the switch on the site itself that takes you to the full version.
That's exactly it. Yeah, there you go. So that's a really nice feature in your web browser for sure, for sure.
Great. So I've got one last feature to show you. So speaking of data usage, you probably want to go to mobile versions of the site if you want to save. If you're actually on a phone, for example, and you want to be able to save a little bit of bandwidth on the images and whatnot. You can also see if your bill comes in really high, where you're actually using it. So if you go into your settings, in the past you used to have something for data called Data Manager. Right now it's called Data Usage. And when you click on it, you see a little graph here, including all the apps below that use this regularly. So I can click on Drive, and then again, it'll give me a little graph here. And then I can actually drag these items around and refocus the time frame that I'm looking at and see how much app I use during these little windows. And again, go back if I want to look at one of the other apps that I've been using. So the Android OS uses X amount just by being Android OS. Or I can click on Sonos. This one's a little bit different because this is all internal in my network, so I'm not actually using my, my data connection if I was on a phone. But again, you can slide through and just see. And when you start to use more information on these things, you'll get a more rich graph here that explains where all of this is being used. So
it's handy to know. Okay.
Yeah. And actually, when you tilt it this way, you also get a pie chart.
Oh, there you go. That's fun. Kind of cool, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I want to show you one final thing before we wrap. This is one of those features that I think is probably a bit of a power user feature, but it's screen capture. Right. So if you want to take a snapshot of your desktop as a photograph, what you do is, I don't know if you can see this mic. So here's the power button. Here's the rocker for the sound. So what you want to do is you want to hold the power button down and the down volume item and push it together. So I'm going to show you what happens when you do that. Should I do it properly here?
Yeah, it's a little bit tough to do this.
It's hard to do with two fingers. There we go. Hang on. There we go. See? So again, you have to hold the power button and the down audio. Hold it down. 1, 2, 3. Come on. There we go.
Let me try.
Hey, you want to do it?
Yeah, so the same one. Down audio up here, power on the side.
There you go. It's got a nice little clicky sound too as well.
Again, this is a feature that some people will remember from iOS, where you would hold your power and your menu button, and it would white flash and save it.
There you go. So cool. There you go. So that's it for all the hot new features in the Android's no operating system ice cream sandwich. I think that there's actually lots more in there. We just touched the surface, so make sure you check out our show notes to see all the hot new features, because there's lots and more to explore there.
Yeah. So also, we've got a couple quick tips as well, because people that don't have it yet, they might want to check to see if their phone's going to have it. You can find out at labratsland.com/ICS-update.
Okay.
There's a blog that's running there that's keeping track of all of those. And I've also got a blog post as well that explains why your phone may not actually have it yet. And that's labratsland.com/ICS-reasons.
Oh, good.
And go check it out. There's a lot of really in-depth reasons there. It's worth your while.
Plug. It's all good. All right, if you want to send an email to us, we'd be happy to read it and perhaps even consider doing it in a future show. And you can email us at...
I can't email you yet because I'm running Honeycomb on my machine. What do I do? At labrats.tv.
Would the apostrophe in that actually cause a problem?
Probably.
So you probably want to use this instead.
Feedback at labrats.tv.
That would be much better. If you want to find us, we're on YouTube at youtube.com/labratsland. You may have found us there already. We're at labrats.tv. That's it for us this week. Thanks for coming to us and push and play. It'd be silly for us to be playing with our ice cream sandwich if you weren't out there going, I want to lick it. My name's Andy Walker.
I'm disgusted.
We'll see you next time.
Are you